Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Ryan Powers from South Beach Sports, and today I will be covering my Knicks and giving analysis on Game 1 of the Hawks vs. Knicks playoff series. Some key topics we will cover today are the impact of Derrick Rose and Alec Burks, the hard-to-watch debut from Julius Randle, some awesome highlights from the game, and also how the Knicks can improve throughout the rest of this playoff series. Before we get into the game itself, let me start off by giving credit to the people of New York. MSG was electric tonight as this was the first playoff appearance the Knicks have had in about 8 years. To put this into perspective, I was around 9 to 10 years old since their last run, and I am currently 17 years old. To celebrate this remarkable franchise moment, the state of New York actually allowed fully vaccinated fans to attend Game 1 of the Knicks 2021 playoff push. Quarter 1 was a tough watch for most Knicks fans, but you have to remember though, the Knicks are a very young team with very little playoff experience, and going into the game, this slow start was expected by many. Through the first 6 minutes of the ball game, the Knicks shot a dreadful 2 for 12 from the field, and the shooting from beyond the arc was nothing better. Thankfully, with the horrible offense they started with, the Knicks showed why they have one of the top defenses in the league and held the Hawks to little points as well. Despite the tough defense, the Hawks kept pushing through and were able to get a few tough shots going for them. After a few timeouts, the Knicks started showing more physicality on the offensive side of the ball, along with keeping the same defensive discipline. Despite the horrible three-point shooting in the first quarter, the Knicks ended up getting it together beyond the arc all throughout the second quarter. IQ had a couple of threes and even had one spectacular shot from basically the logo. The Knicks played amazing paint offense in the second quarter as well, thanks to Derrick Rose, who got the team started on this offensive push, and at some points was looking like his young MVP self. The Knicks had an excellent quarter overall, and this would continue into the second half. To start the third quarter, Trae Young took advantage of the horrific paint defense and was having a field day with layups and floaters. Despite this, the Knicks would get it together and have a spectacular defensive stand and would go on a 15-point run along with a monstrous jam by RJ Barrett. That dunk was hard to miss. The Knicks bench had a great role with this 15-point run, and at the end of the quarter had a total of 40 bench points. Unfortunately, to end the quarter, the Hawks took advantage of the tired Knicks defense and got a couple easy buckets. The fourth quarter of this amazing ballgame was nothing short of spectacular. The Knicks and Hawks battled back and forth with great offense and defense. Two key players on the Knicks exploded though, Derrick Rose and Alec Burks. Both of these guys were playing like they could never run out of breath and were coming in with key shots when the Knicks needed them most. Derrick Rose hit a floater with only a few seconds remaining, but unfortunately the young star Trae Young hit a buzzer-beating floater to win the game for the Hawks. So before I get into my thoughts on the game, I want to give a huge shout out to the refs. Although they missed some calls on both sides, I'm sure so many fans are so grateful for just keeping the game going. Not too many fouls were called throughout this game, and it gave a lot of fans a classic to remember. I want to highlight Julius Randle first. I feel like he's going to get a lot of hate for his performance tonight because of his 6 for 24 shooting from the field, but I'm going to cut the guy a break. It's his first time in the playoffs. This year he was arguably the most improved player, and in some cases in the MVP conversation. I personally think he's going to have a really great series. This was Randle's playoff debut, and he's never seen this physical environment before. Over the next couple of games, I see his offense getting back to where it was, and I actually even see him going back to the all-star level. Some may not even believe that after tonight, but as I've learned in the past, never be too quick to judge. On the other hand, we have to talk about Alec Burks. Alec Burks was an absolute beast on the floor tonight. So many clutch shots, and at one point the man looked like he couldn't miss. He had MSG on their feet the entire fourth quarter cheering him on. Props to him for taking over when Julius couldn't hit his shots. He kept us in this game, and I'm positive the rest of the players on the floor could feel his energy as well. Despite the loss, Burks showed what kind of player he can be and has the potential to be, and I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be able to be this kind of player for the rest of the playoff series. To finish off the video, I want to shine some light on Derrick Rose. This man has been through so much in his career, and we all know this. But I gotta say, he was playing like it was his last game on the court tonight. He's given this young Knicks team the same energy ever since he was traded away from Detroit. And it has been nothing but a boost to the confidence of not only the players, but the entire organization itself. And going into these playoffs, he's helping even more. outstanding game for him on both sides of the court tonight. Anyways, thank you for sticking with me until the end, and if you really enjoyed the content today, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. This is Ryan Powers with South Beach Sports, and I hope the rest of your day is well. See ya.